every tip that you need to get the best aim in Rainbow Six Siege. Alright, now for this video, I literally just am going to be brutally honest with you and talk about aim. Whether you're on controller or mouse and keyboard on PC, this will work. It does not matter. And apologies for the lack of uploads on YouTube. I've been posting 4 times a day on TikTok, going crazy on there and streaming. I've been all over the place, but I hired a editor now, so we'll be grinding YouTube a ton. But now here's the thing with aim, okay? Like, obviously it's much easier if you're on PC, but on controller, it can be very hard at times. And I think the number one thing when it comes to aim, or the first thing that you need to look at if your aim is bad, is your sensitivity. Let's look at my sense, right? My sense is 50, 100, and then my ADS is 19, 21, 23, 28, and then I have all these advanced settings on, right? And the only reason why I'm good on the sensitivity is because I stuck with it and I've been using it nonstop. And the biggest thing I notice in lower ranks are people are always changing their sensitivity. And you're never giving yourself enough time to actually get used to it. And that's a very, very big issue because you want to make sure that you can actually learn the patterns of the sensitivity, how much you need to be looking left and right on your analog sticks or swiping left and right on your mouse, whatever it may be. So for this tip, it's very simple. Stop changing your sensitivity. Just what you can literally use whatever sense you're on right now and just get used to it. But if your aim is all over the place, most likely it's probably because of your ADS. Because if you think about it, your aim is going to be all over the place when you're aimed down sights. So most likely it's your ADS sensitivity. If it's way too fast, that could be it. Maybe lower it one more time and then just stick with it. Lower by like 5 to 10 at most. But here's the thing. If you want to test out your aim and see how it is, and even warm it up, because we're gonna talk about warming stuff up too, because that's very important. But I want to talk about this, right? So if you go here, you go to big ball, and you can put it to like 120, put 1 on, and make it go sprint, and even put it on near, right? This is what I want you to do. Come over to this right here, and aim down sights, and just trace this ball. It does not need to be perfect. I just hopped on. I have not warmed up at all. So mine is going to be poop. I have to just keep readjusting, and just keep readjusting, right? If you do this a ton, and it is horrible, and you just cannot track the ball like I'm doing right now, then what happens is if you're under tracking it, right? If I'm like this, most likely my sensitivity is too slow. If I'm like this all the time and I'm over tracking it to where my reticle is going far to the right or ahead of it instead of near it, then most likely your ADS is too fast. So you want to do is you want to either stick with the sense you have right now and just get used to it, right? Like mine's not perfect. I literally just woke up, my hair is wet, I got out of the shower, and I have not played anything. So my aim or my tracing is not perfect right now. But the more I do this, the better I'm getting with it. I'm understanding, how to follow the target, and I'm just getting better at it. The more that you do this, the better your aim or the better your tracking with your sensitivity is going to be. Like I said, it does not need to be perfect. Just make sure you're generally near it, a little bit, behind it, a little bit ahead of it. This is the easiest way to tell if your sensitivity is too slow, too fast, or if you just need to warm up on it. Because I'm not going to go change my sensitivity because I just messed up a little bit. No, I should keep doing it. Now, I want to talk about a couple more things, but the next biggest thing I want to talk about is going to be like a warm-up routine. And for me personally, I've been playing this game since 2015. I've done T-hunts, I've done casuals, ranked. You have to just do this. Don't mind the fact that I'm copper 5 in this account. I have 1 game played. What you're going to do is you're going to come into the quick match, arcade, right? You're going to enter in, go to arcade, and then go to more info. Then you're going to go to settings, and what you're going to do is you're going to turn off everything that is not free-for-all. I don't think you should do deathmatch. If you would like to deathmatch, you could. Either free-for-all or deathmatch. I just think free-for-all, you're going to get into more people. You're going to see less teammates. It's always going to be a gunfight. Free-for-all is going to take you to the next level. I try to explain this to people, and I say this a lot, but you're going to see on screen. I'm going to have footage of me playing free-for-all. Free-for-all is easily the best thing that Siege has ever added to the game and has brought me into a much better player. Because here's the thing. If you think about it, when you're doing T-hunts, you're versing bots that are not really shooting back, or if they are, they're not really doing anything like that an actual player would do. But if you look at free-for-alls, you are taking so many gunfights, and you are putting yourself in such an unrealistic situation, because normally people are not going to be running around like maniacs. So if you can get used to, fighting people who are just always respawning, including yourself, which if you mess up with your aim is bad, you respawn. And now you can go and you can be like, oh, wow, my crosshair placement was terrible on that death. Let me make sure I have it a little higher, this time. And if you just keep doing that, you are going to get into a much better player. Like, your aim is going to be so much better. And you just got to consistently do this. This is my routine, okay? I go into it. I do 2 free-for-alls most likely. Sometimes 1 if I'm in a rush. But I usually do 2. I do 1 on the attacker that I am most likely going to play today. I change it as I play, because I play anybody who I want. But I think of who do I want to play today, right? I take an attacker with a 1.5, because that's who I'm most likely going to use, and I get used to that. right? And I do 1 T-hunt as an attacker, or 1 free-for-all as an attacker. Then the next free-for-all I do as a defender that I will most likely play. If I most likely play people with a 1.5, I'm going to take somebody with a 1.5, because obviously the sensitivities are a little bit different per scope. So that is all you're going to do. I genuinely promise you, because there is no secret little tip on how to get better aim. Like, it's not like understanding game stance or holding certain angles. Like, to get better aim, it simply is going to come down to you sticking to a sensitivity and doing a ton of free-for-alls. Because it just comes down to repetition. Like, you have to get used to your sensitivity, which the free-for-alls are going to help you with a ton, and just get used to taking so many gunfights. And that's the next thing we're going to talk about as well, which is going to be crosshair placement. Because you can have, a ton of free-for-alls, but if your crosshair placement is shit, then that's an issue. All right, now let's talk about crosshair placement. This is how you're going to simply understand it very easily. You see any barricade, right? If you go up to this top buckle, right? This is head level every single time. If you need to kind of see where it's at, you can do some T-hunts. It is always going to be the top buckle. Now, if you want to practice stuff like this, let me show you how. Now, me personally, I don't do this because I'm just, I've been playing the game for a while. I know, I'm good with crosshair placement. But if you struggle with crosshair placement, there's no issue with that. Everyone learns at different paces. There's no problem at all. What you're going to do is you're going to come into the options and go to matchmaking preferences, right? And where it says lone wolf options for like the T-hunts, you're going to put it on headshots only. Now, sometimes in the arcade modes, there are the headshot-only game modes. Those work very well, too. I just looked for it. I thought it was still here, but I guess it's not. Normally, there's, like, an arcade mode for it. I literally was playing it with, like, a couple of my friends the other day. Let's see, arcade. Yeah, I don't see it here. Yeah, no. It's just what... I guess they alternate. They switch. Yeah, there it is. See, game rotation, weapon roulette in, headshots only out. So, there's always going to be, like, a flip-flop. So, always check the arcade modes and see if there's a headshot only mode, but that will help you as well. In my honest opinion, when it comes to crosshair placement, I don't like to always just aim for the head, because in a realistic situation, it's going to be so much harder to hit someone's head when they're moving back and forth, rather than aim at the chest, because one of two things are going to happen. If you aim at the chest, your recoil might kick up and you might headshot him, right? If not, you're going to take 2 or 3 bullets to kill him. I mean, if you can go for headshot, go for it, but realistically, head level, it's more of like chin level for me is where I like to aim, because either way, I'm over here, right? I'm either at the chest, I'm at the head, or I'm right here, right? And if he crouches, right, and I'm aiming chest level, it's much easier for me to look down rather than be up here and then go down like this. So it's really up to you, whatever you like to do. But personally, me, I don't even think aiming directly head level. Rather, aiming like this is what I do. Just because you're still going to hit the, the head and then the chest as well. But overall, the most realistic way that you are going to get better aim is to simply, once again, stick to a sensitivity and just do a ton of free-for-alls. There is no, like, secret way to get the best aim possible. It's just true. This is going to be the most efficient way that you are going to get the best aim. You have to get used to your sense and literally just grind out free-for-alls, okay? I'm telling you. I promise you, on everything. Just do free-for-alls before you go play ranked, or even just go do free-for-alls right now. And if you do change your sensitivity, that's when you should go do free-for-alls as well, because you want to get used to it. I've used a million different sensitivities. I'm sure you guys have seen my channel. Just start doing free-for-alls. I promise you they're going to help.